Definitely a really cool water tower. I think I see the bald eagle. And I have some exciting news to share with you guys. Hey guys, this is Matt with 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. Today I'm at Hastings-on-Hudson in New York, and I'm headed out kayaking on the Hudson River. We're kayaking across the Hudson River to Peanut Leap Cascade, which is a beautiful waterfall. All right, let's go ahead and get this kayak set up. All right, and we're paddling. Guys, we are leaving Hastings-on-Hudson, New York, kayaking on the Hudson River, and on the opposite side of the Hudson River is the Palisades in New Jersey. The high today is supposed to be approximately 78 degrees Fahrenheit. My goal is to paddle across the Hudson River to Peanut Leap Cascade, which is apparently supposed to be a very pretty waterfall. Way off in the distance to the right is the Tappan Zee Bridge. And way off to the left is the George Washington Bridge and the New York City skyline. And there's a really cool old water tower back behind me to the left. Earlier, there was a couple of tugboats pushing barges going by, but overall, it looks very quiet out here today. And the wind today is supposed to be under 10 miles per hour. These cliffs to my left are just so incredible. Extremely beautiful. Guys, to our south is Yonkers and the Glenwood Power Station. A few videos ago, I paddled out to that abandoned power station and explored the entire structure. That was so cool. If you haven't seen that video, you definitely have to check it out. But that's pretty cool that I can see it from here. Guys, I just took a screenshot of Google Maps of my position out here on the Hudson River, and I'll put it up on the screen. But you can see where I am in relation to the New York and New Jersey border right here in the middle of the Hudson River. And to the north is the Peanut Leap Cascade, and where we launched is directly to the east. And guys, there is a kayaking company that leads tours on this route that I'm paddling today. They are called New York Paddle Destinations. I believe they launch from the same spot that I just launched. And you can check them out on nypaddled.com. I believe they run their trips on the weekends. All right, we are making progress across the Hudson River. And in a couple minutes, we'll be on the other side. And then we're going to skirt the shoreline and see if we can locate this waterfall. I have never been to this area before. So you guys are here experiencing this with me for the first time. So we're going to have to do a little searching for this waterfall. I have confidence that we can find it. I've been doing so many urban exploration, urban kayaking type trips recently, and it's good to switch it up. I enjoy switching it up. Get out in a bit of true nature. Nice and peaceful, nice and quiet, and hopefully we'll see some wildlife along the way. Man, I can't get over how beautiful it is being down here on the water with these cliffs all around us and beautiful skies. What a peaceful day it is out here. Really happy I decided to come out here today. The tide was already up and has started to go down. So on the Hudson River, when the tides are moving, there's always strong currents, but it should be totally doable. I just took another screenshot of my location on Google Maps, and you can kind of see where I am actually in New Jersey, and as I paddle north, we're going to be leaving New Jersey and heading back into New York. But somewhere up ahead on the left is some kind of marker somewhere that shows the most eastern point of New Jersey. This is really pretty along the shoreline here. You know, I'm paddling, and up on these rocks to the left, there's a sign that says, not a sign, but somebody wrote in either paint or chalk, Thomas and Kelsey, and that's not right. My name's Matt, and my girlfriend's name is Kelsey. What's Thomas doing with her up there? And then there's one that says Mark and Marianne. I didn't finish my breakfast this morning, so I brought it with me, and I'll take a mini lunch break up here when we pull the kayak out of the water. I just have some leftover home fries from the local bagel store. And I know if you are from New York or New Jersey, you love bagels too. I think New York and New Jersey are most famous for bagels and pizza. Put the location of your favorite bagel store in the comments. And I have some exciting news to share with you guys. I recently secured a partnership with Insta360. I've always used Insta360 cameras on my channel, and it's really awesome to partner with them. They recently sent me a new camera, microphone, and a whole bunch of accessories. So in the future, I'm going to be doing a bit more deep diving into my camera situation, my camera setup. I always get questions every single video about my camera setup, the type of camera I'm using, how do I move the camera from the left and to the right. So stay tuned for that. Another collaboration that I'm excited about is with Sierra Madre Gear. They have a couple amazing products, well, lots of amazing products, but a couple that I'm going to initially share with you guys that I think are really amazing, will help you out in a jam, an emergency situation. I'll introduce that to you guys coming up here in the future as well. Straight ahead of us is a small rocky beach where it looks like we can land the kayak. So I'm going to land the kayak there and pull the kayak out of the water and see if we can find Peanut Leap Cascade. It's showing on Google Maps that we are right about here. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull the kayak out right over here. Yeah, we just pull in nice and slow right here. Just gonna walk up here and put some of my gear down. And then we'll pull the kayak out of the water. Look at this. This is really cool. One thing I'm hoping, guys, is that it's been pretty dry this summer so far. So I'm hoping that we still have some water flow on this waterfall. All right, so let's walk through here. See if we can make our way in here. Got some of my gear over here, kayak over here. Looks like some stairs right over here on this side. This is really cool. Yeah, here's a trail marker right here. The trail goes that way. I wonder if it makes its way up to the top. We'll check that out here in a minute. But guys, right here is the waterfall. Oh, it feels amazing. All right, I think we'll take a hike to the top, but this is pretty neat right here. You can see like these little remains. They definitely did a lot of tree work around here. But yeah, let's hike to the top. And I can't control Mother Nature, and the water flow on the fall is a little bit low, a little bit slow, but it's still very pretty. All right, we're still climbing this hill to the top. Just a whole set of stairs. This is the top of the cascade here. It flows off the cliff right over that way. Here's another spot right at the top of the fall. You can see how steep it is going down.
给你2排的。这后面干的？还可以，不行，爆花太丑了，还有这角度还好。给你2排，你看，少一点，我觉得在这。
It's nice to see people outside hiking and enjoying the beautiful day. I'm gonna walk out here to the beach along the Hudson. These conditions out here today are amazing. So grateful to be out here. All right, I got some leftover breakfast, so I'll have this for lunch today. Just some breakfast potatoes. Lunch with a view. It's really not a full lunch. Just a little something to put in my belly. And in about 5 or 10 minutes, we'll head back out on the water. I was told that there's an eagle's nest somewhere around here. So I'm trying to keep my eyes out for an eagle. I see some kind of bird out there, gliding through the sky. It's too far to tell what it is. It'd be really nice to spot an eagle today. All right, and we are back out on the water. All right, so I'm going to keep an eye out in the sky to see if I can locate a bald eagle flying around. There's supposed to be a nest over here somewhere. Maybe we'll get lucky. See you guys. Have a good day. It's so cool. Way off to the left, there's an Amtrak train going south. They go by every few minutes, it seems. I'll see if I can get some footage of one of those. So that water tower is directly in front of us on the shoreline on the east side of the Hudson River. And we are going to stay headed straight that way. I don't see any boat traffic. So it should be smooth sailing across the river. So during my last video, I actually broke my paddle. So this paddle that I'm using now, it's actually the same brand. It's a Bending Branches Whisper paddle. I got it sharply discounted at LL Bean. They're selling out all of their kayaking and stand-up paddleboard gear, and they have everything discounted. So got a really good deal on it. I couldn't pass it up. It's actually a little bit longer than my previous one. but it feels pretty good. And to my left right here, there's a cormorant with his head sticking out of the water. There he goes, taking off. You know, I'm pretty hard on my gear sometimes, and this bending branches paddle, at least my other one, was very strong. I beat up on it quite a bit. It made it through lots and lots of adventures, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on a fancy paddle. I could not have asked for a better day out here. Very grateful for this beautiful day. And I just cannot get over these cliffs behind me. The Palisades in New Jersey are just really beautiful. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a bald eagle. Got a few rollers here from that boat that went by. I'm going to get out in the middle here, and I'm going to get another shot of the New York City skyline. Looks really cool. Kind of like a hazy silhouette. Guys, I just saw a huge fish literally jump about 2 feet in the air. Right over here. Wow. Another one to the left. That was really cool. All right, we're inching closer and closer to that water tower. I think the tide is pushing me a little bit south as I was crossing here. So now I'm paddling a bit to the northeast. Now I'm getting closer to shore, and I'm getting closer to this water tower, but I don't know if I'm making progress to the north. The currents, I believe, are pushing the opposite direction. So I'm going to have to keep paddling very steady, very hard, so I can get back to the cove where I launched. It's way up there to the right. Yeah, this is crazy. These currents are strong. It's definitely a really cool water tower. So I'm going to get close to the shoreline here and just keep paddling north until we get to our cove. How's it going? The guy sitting up on the shoreline over there. All right, guys. I think I see the bald eagle right here. Unless that's an osprey, but I saw another one fly away that could be an osprey. Sometimes the white head on an osprey can kind of trick you a little bit. Man, I was really hoping to see a bald eagle. Oh yeah, that's an osprey. I can tell by the sounds that it makes. Just took off. Oh wow, there's another one. So there were actually 3 when I first spotted them, Two of them have now taken off, and there's one left. But yeah, those are osprey. All right, so maybe this one will just sit right there for me. Beautiful. I'm just going to move in here a little bit. Probably be less affected by the tides, but we have some old pilings sticking up, so we just need to be careful. There's a tennis club right over here. I'm not sure the name of that tennis club, but it's a busy tennis club. Oh, right over here, straight ahead of me, are a whole bunch of cormorants. I'm just gonna paddle slow. Then I'm gonna make a right turn right over here, and hopefully they'll just sit there and hang out. Yeah, they're just sitting there right now. So I'm just gonna go to the right. Yeah, look at that. What, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like 14. They jumped in the water, but this looks like an old wooden barge right here. Yeah, definitely an old wooden barge. You can see the cleat right here and a big thick rope hanging off of it. Yeah, look at that. Bunch of seagulls. Canada geese over here to the right. Man, what a beautiful paddle. Nothing beats quality time in nature. Look at that, a train's gonna be going by right here. Look at that, Metro North. That was good timing. But we are almost back to where I launched, and I want to thank you guys for watching 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did, and we'll see you guys on the next one.